Hi, everybody. Today I want to share with you what I learned from an 8-year-old entrepreneur on selling. And I know for many of you, it's a struggle in selling, asking for the sale, talking about your products and services, and actually getting money in the door. So I thought this would be interesting for you guys to hear. So here's what I learned from an 8-year-old entrepreneur. The first thing he taught me is to be clear on what you're selling. So you need to have clarity around your offer, your product, the benefits, right? What you're selling, who you're selling it to. You need to be very, very clear on that. And I can tell you, this 8-year-old entrepreneur taught me that he knew, for example, he was selling armbands. So he knew his armbands. He knew the different colors that men or women would like, what sizes they needed to be, also for infants. And so he basically knew, based on the armband, who it was for and who would actually buy it. The second thing he taught me is to know your price. All right? Know how much you're going to charge for your product and service. And for him, in having a conversation, I actually watched him where an adult tried to get him to go down on his price, right? And he said no. And so that didn't work. So then they tried to get him to maybe give him more of the product for that same price, and he still said no. So he was setting his price. He knew what he had made, the value involved in that, and he stayed fast in what his pricing was. So for you guys, you also have to be clear in what you're charging, what your product or service is worth, based on the value that you bring to people. It's not about time so much, but the value, the impact that it'll have on their business and their life. That's how you price your products and services. So don't think of it as, oh, I'm talking to someone, they said no, so maybe I need to lower my price. Or you're looking at someone, their situation, and you're kind of like assuming things, right? And so immediately before you even approach them, you're like, okay, I'm going to lower my price in order for them to be able to say yes. Don't do that. Take heed to what the 8-year-old has taught us, right? And the third thing is to don't be attached to the decision. And I see a lot of entrepreneurs attached to the decision on whether someone will say yes or no, right? And it's like you're always going out to get a yes. But here's what I know. Eventually, if you get enough no's, you'll get some yeses too. But the 8-year-old taught us that never be attached to the decision that someone will make in reference to your product or service. And here's how he does it. He'll go up to anyone. He's not shy about it. He knows who his products and services are for. Even if it's for a child and he's talking to an adult, he explains it to them that it's for the child, right? And he asks them, do they want to buy it? And the answer, yes or no. He doesn't care what they say. He's not attached, but make a decision so that I can move on to the next person. That's his mindset. And that needs to be your mindset as well. Don't be attached to the decision that someone will make based on whether or not they'll buy your product or service. You ask, get the yes or no, be committed but not attached. And here's the thing. The only thing you want to do is make sure that they get to a decision. Make a decision. That's your job, to make sure that you get them to a place, you give them enough information so that they can at least make a decision. Yes or no, don't be attached, move on to the next ask. All right? So I would love to hear what your thoughts are, but here's the thing. So I share with you, be clear on what you're selling, so have clarity around that, what your offer is going to be. Know your pricing, stick to it, don't lower it just to get a sale. And thirdly, do not be attached to the decision. And if you can master these three things, what you'll have happen is you can then get your mind right, because this is part of mindset here, get your mind right. Then you can get your team right. And finally and ultimately, you can get your money right. All right, so that's it for you. That's what I've learned from the kid, the 8-year-old entrepreneur. And for you, it's going to be about you also digging back into the kid and you, right? Having that kid mindset as it relates to business and selling, and just not be attached, right? Know what you're going to offer, go out, ask for those sales. Don't be afraid. Ask, because kids aren't afraid. They just go ask, right? So I would love to hear your comments below, what your thoughts are on asking for the sale. You can share down below in the comments. And then I also want to invite you over to FeliciaStreeter.com, where you can get more tips and ideas on taking your business to the next level, finding that missing piece in the life you crave and the business that you desire, so that you can get your money back on track, get your life back on track, and ultimately be who you were meant to be in this world. All right, so I'm Felicia Streeter, your professional game changer, and I look forward to seeing you hanging out with me soon. Have an awesome day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.